Hey guys, this is Sam, and this could very well be the craziest Apple leak in history. 9 to 5 Mac has shared exclusive details about the LTE Apple Watch Series 3. We have images, we have new images and new details about the iPhone edition or the iPhone X. We have a picture of a new version of AirPods, and new animated emojis are apparently coming to iOS 11 as well. 9 to 5 Mac and apparently a couple of other sites were sent the iOS 11 Golden Master Release, which was supposed to come out after Apple's September event because it is loaded with new details. The Golden Master just means it was the final version of iOS 11 prior to the public getting the update. Let's start off with the Apple Watch Series 3. We heard it was going to have LTE. Now we have a picture of the brand new Apple Watch. The biggest thing to note here is that the design is pretty much identical to that of the Apple Watch Series 2, aside from the fact that the digital crown is now red, not only to indicate that this is the new cellular-enabled Apple Watch, but this could maybe be the LTE antenna. It looks kind of crazy though. Red looks sort of weird on this space gray, probably 42mm Apple Watch. There's also new details about how the iPhone and the Apple Watch will work together in conjunction with each other, because keep in mind they're both going to be having cellular data now. It looks like the Apple Watch will share the same phone number as the iPhone, but cell service is going to probably come at an additional cost each month on your cell bill, because if paying for one iPhone at like $80 a month wasn't enough, if you get a cellular enabled Apple Watch and choose to use that cellular functionality, your cell phone bill will likely go up because you have an additional device connected. I like to think of it as the gift that keeps on giving. Every month you're not just paying for your iPhone, you're paying for the cell service that goes along with it. That being said, there was also a line of code discovered that suggested that some carriers could offer service for a limited time for free. So maybe you won't have to pay for the service right off the bat, or maybe you can test it out. We don't know all the gory details, we just know the general gist of things. So free service for a limited time would be really cool. Moving on to the iPhone 8/edition/X, we got so many new details here as well. I still can't believe that we're reading about this days before the September event. We got 2 additional leak glyphs that continue to reaffirm the bezel-less design. If you didn't want to see that, you're just going to have to go with one of the 8 Plus, or 7S, 7S Plus models that have the traditional iPhone 7 design, because this will have practically no bezels with a resolution of approximately 1125 by 2436. And if you were excited for the screen to be OLED, it gets even better. It's going to have a true tone display, the same as the one on the latest iPads. A true tone display means that it will adjust the color temperature of the iPhone screen automatically if you have that feature enabled, depending on the environment around you. So if you're in a really warm looking room, the screen will be a little bit warmer, or if you're outside and you're seeing a lot of cool colors, the screen will become a little bit cooler and a little bit more blue. I love the way this looks and works on the iPad, and I'm so ready to see this on the next iPhone. Next up, we also got a lot of new camera details. The iPhone 8/edition, let's just call it the edition from now on. The edition is said to record videos 4K at 60 frames per second. Massive upgrade, cannot wait to try that out. 1080p video at 240 frames per second, so slow-mo has never been better. There's also reference to a new 4K quote-unquote film style mode that would record 4K video at 20 frames per second. And I don't know a lot about this. I don't know if this is just a placeholder for something else. I guess we'll have to wait to see all of the minute details at the September event, because not every single thing will be leaked through this iOS 11 firmware. But in addition to all these video upgrades, a new portrait lighting mode has also leaked. It's supposed to be an upgraded version of the original portrait mode that was released with the iPhone 7 Plus. Portrait mode is that feature where you can add a stark difference between the object in the foreground and the object in the background, so it's really blurry, it looks incredible. It's really good for, as the name would imply, taking portraits, and the upgraded mode for the iPhone edition is supposed to be really good in different lighting conditions and have different lighting conditions that you can choose from. All of the details on this one, once again, are not complete, but we get a pretty good idea that an upgraded portrait mode is coming in some fashion. Now, for everybody that was holding out to see Touch ID on the iPhone edition, unfortunately, that does not look like it is going to be the case. There is zero reference to Touch ID. Everything references Face ID, which is going to be the new version of Touch ID found on the iPhone edition. A lot of people are really skeptical as to how this is going to work, how it would be better than Touch ID, and there aren't a lot of details here, but we get this really cool animation for Face ID that shows you how you're going to be scanning your face. Face ID is said to work when the device is laying flat on a table. Face ID is said to work at night using an infrared camera to somehow scan your face. The details here are blurry, but we do know at this point that it does not look like Touch ID will be happening, and that will be completely replaced by Face ID, which is going to be the marketing name for the new secure unlock technology on the iPhone edition. Another big question when it came to this iPhone was how the home button would work, or if there would even be one in the first place. Bloomberg published a new report just a few days back saying that there isn't going to be a home button, there's just going to be this line at the bottom of the screen. We saw some mock-ups, and what do you know, it looks identical to the feature that is shipping with the iPhone edition. These are two app launch screens that show how the bar is going to look at the bottom of the iPhone edition. There is no home button. Apparently you're going to be able to drag this up and go into the app switcher or close the app entirely, and the side button on the very right side of the iPhone, if you're holding it in your hand, is going to allow you to press and hold to enable Siri because there is no home button. People were wondering how you do that. It's going to be via the larger side button, and you can also double tap to access your Apple Pay cards just like you can with the home button on non-iPhone edition devices. I am so interested to hear your thoughts. Can you guys believe that these leaks are happening? We know about the cameras, the new portrait lighting mode feature, Face ID is the new name for the facial scanning technology, and there's new gestures for the lock button, and there is no home button that has been replaced by a line. Crazy details. We've learned this days before the event, and I'm still in shock. Now, if that wasn't enough for you, we also have a full image of new AirPods. There are no major changes here, but the charging indicator that was previously located on the inside of the AirPods looks to have moved to the outside on the front. So you can look at a glance how much your AirPods are charged or if they need to go on the charger right away. Doesn't look like there are any major upgrades here. Apple could have improved the audio in some way just behind the scenes and you couldn't tell from this product image. So if you want to buy AirPods, maybe wait a couple days, because now apparently we are seeing a new version of AirPods that was not previously rumored. I haven't decided if I'm going to pick a pair of these up yet. I love my AirPods right now, but if the only thing that changed was a charging indicator on the front, it would probably not be worth the upgrade. The last leak that we've seen so far is going to take us back to iOS 11, and this is never before seen. There was no reference to this. Nobody had any idea that apparently animated emojis are coming at some point to iOS 11. Maybe they'll be added in the Golden Master release when we can do some digging for ourselves, or maybe they'll be exclusive to the high-end iPhone edition, or maybe the new iPhones and iDevices in general. These are going to change the emoji game, and I have no idea how these will work with Android devices, if you'll even be able to send animated emojis to Android users, or if they will be exclusive to people with iOS devices and Macs. I don't know yet, but they look really crazy. They move around, their faces change, they are animated, and they look so much more fun than sending normal emojis. It's almost like a GIF and an emoji combined, but in emoji form. Really crazy stuff. This is not a huge feature, but it's something that I wasn't expecting, so it's pretty cool to see. Finally, if you love new wallpapers, also inside of the iOS 11 Golden Master was 20 new ones. So if you want to check those out, make sure you visit the link down below in the description. And thanks again to 9to5Mac and Mac Rumors for finding all these details and sharing them with us. I still cannot believe that this has happened ahead of the event. Apple is probably very upset. These are so many good details. We know so much about these new products that Apple has tried so hard apparently to hide, but now it's practically all public, and I'm not expecting a lot of surprises at Apple's September event unless they somehow kept one product or one thing under wraps all this time. If you guys enjoyed this video, it would really help me out if you hit that like down below and shared this with somebody else if you found it useful. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this in the future. I have been Sam. I hope all of you are doing great, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.